Hey guys, what's going on today? So today I'm going to show you exactly how easy it is to do these covered calls. And I'm going to do a live one so you guys can see. I've done live ones before. Well, not technically live, like as in live, hey, watch me, chat with me, but live as in I'm going to do it right now. And I'm going to give you a quick example on how you can make money even when the price of your stock is going down. Now, let's say you're just starting off and hey, you want to get into trading, you want to get into buying stocks and so on and so forth. So, first of all, find a company out there that you're willing to put your money into, that you're willing to invest, that you're going to feel comfortable with, right? Don't just go for what people tell you and people tell you, hey, buy this, it's going to go up. You know, put your money where you feel comfortable in. So, that's the first thing. Let's say, for example, I like NIO, right? I think the electric vehicles, the company's going to go far in the future, and I want to put this much money into it. So I bought 1,000 shares of NIO, right? I've been selling at the money covered calls. Have you seen my other videos on it? But I have increased my position on it, and I feel a little bit more comfortable putting a little bit more money into it. And so I have NIO. Okay, that's the first step. Find a company that you like. And let's say I end up putting maybe around $3,000, $4,000, 5,000 on it. And I bought 1,000 shares of NIO. I have them with an average price of $3.87. That's how much I paid per share. Now, right now, as of currently, I'm only up around $300. It's going to fluctuate up and down right now because the market is open. And that's why you're going to see the numbers change real quickly. Now, if I were to sell NIO right now, I would only make around $300. But if you implement options on NIO, you could make money even when the price of the stock is going down. So it's going to give you some downside protection. And what I'm talking about, again, if you've seen my other videos, it's called a covered call strategy. Now, what a covered call strategy is basically you're using the shares that you already have in your portfolio as collateral. That's what a covered call is. And I'm going to try to explain this in plain English so you guys can see and understand everything that I'm doing. And that's just basically how I like to do all my videos, is in plain English. So let's say you started off, you bought some shares of a stock that you like. You have to have a minimum of 100 shares to write one contract, one covered call contract. So I have 1,000 shares, so that means I can write 10 contracts if I wanted. Now that's what I'm actually going to do right now so you guys can see exactly how easy it is, and I'm going to explain to you the good and the bad of doing this. So I have 1,000 shares, and if I'm just buying the stock and holding it, the only way I'm going to make money is if the price of the stock goes up. It's not paying out a dividend, so that would be the only way to make money. Now, what happens when I mix in some options in there? So basically, I'll give you a quick example. On Thursday, I sold some covered calls. I basically gave the buyer of the contract, because I am the seller of this contract. So I gave the buyer of the contract the right to take the shares away from me at a specific price point between a specific time frame. So on Thursday I sold 10 contracts. For each contract I got paid what's called a premium. Premium, it's like a down payment, a deposit that's credited into your account right away. However you want to call it. People call it premium, but it all depends on how you look at it. Hey, you give me money up front for giving you that right, I'm okay with it. You make that money right away. So they gave me $60 per contract, 60 cents, 60 cents, per share, because each contract has 100 shares, so that's $60. And I got paid $600 minus the fees, which is peanuts. Basically, it's 65 cents per contract, which is basically nothing. So let's just keep it an even $600. And on Friday, the price of the stock of NIO was right around $4.64, 65 cents. So in pre-market on Monday, it was just starting to trend down, and right at the opening bell, which is today, it went down all the way to $3.84. So that means if you would have simply bought the stock and not done any options on it, you would have been down on capital gains. So, most people panic sell. They say, hey, I'm losing money. I better sell off before it goes down even more. Now, that's one of the mistakes that I was doing. I was panic selling a lot when I first started trading. I didn't know what to do. Hey, it's going down. I better sell. And I would sell, and then next week it'd be back up again. So I was just like kicking myself, and I'm like, wow, I'm just losing money here. So I started learning about options, and that's when I started understanding on how to make money even when it goes down. So let's get back to the story. So I got $600 on Thursday. The price of the stock fell, so right now it's trending right around $4.12, which is not a big difference, but when you're holding a lot of shares, then it does make a big difference. One share, well, okay, so I dropped down a few cents, but I have 1,000 shares, so now we're talking about a few $100s. So right now I'm actually up 235, and what I ended up doing this morning, as soon as the bell rang, I ended up buying those contracts back at a cheaper price. Basically buying myself out of the contract. Why would I buy myself out of the contract if I was going to make money? Well, I'm already making money by buying the contract back because the price of the stock fell. Now these contracts were only worth like 42 cents. So 42 cents per contract, it's 42 cents per share. That's $42. And I got paid $60. So using the same money that the buyer gave me, I'm buying myself out of the contract using that same money. And I'm buying myself for $420, out of the contract because I have 10 contracts. So I end up keeping the difference basically. It's $180, minus the fee. So we're just going to keep it simple. $180 is what I made this morning just buying myself out of the contract because the price of the stock that I'm holding already went down in price. I made $180. That's with the covered call. Now, what can you do afterwards? I've spoken in the other videos, rinse and repeat. So now we bought ourselves out of the contract. Now what can I do? Well, now if you want, depending on your strategy, you can either sell off, hey, I think it's just going to go down from here. There's bad news. There's the coronavirus, it's going to impact somehow the trading with the US and China, and whatever you want to think. So you can either sell off, take some profits, or cut your losses. So if I were to sell off right now, I would that voice. Anyway, if I were to sell off right now, I would actually make $230. I already made the 180 simply because the price of my stock went down in price. So I don't want to sell off, right? I want to hold on to it still. So what you can do is simply write another covered call. Rinse and repeat. You keep doing this over and over and over, and it's just money coming in. Yeah, you got some bills to pay. Hey, at the end of the month, write some covered calls. You make weekly, daily. Doing this, buying the option back, selling it, buying the option back, selling it, letting it expire. There's a lot of things you can do. So right now, what we're gonna do is because we bought ourselves out of the contract, we're gonna sell some more covered calls. So we have 1,000 shares. That means we can write 10 covered call contracts using our 1,000 shares as collateral. So if you go on the options chain, I'm going to show you real guys real quick. So you're going to go under trade if you're on TD Ameritrade. Options chain. You have all the dates right here. These are the expiration dates. This is how far you can go into the future. Let's do, we'll do March, or no, we'll do February. Today's the 27th of January, so we'll do February 28th, 1 month. We'll do 550, right? For example. Or, yeah, we'll do, you know what? I'm going to do $5. I'm okay with selling at $5. I'm still gonna make money. I bought them for like $3.87. Now, what this does is basically, see, we're gonna sell 10. Remember, we are the sellers of the contract, a covered call. We have the shares, and we're gonna use them as collateral. So we are the sellers. So that's 10 contracts that we're gonna sell right now. Now, we're gonna get anything between 35 and 37 cents per share. So because we have 100 shares per contract, that would be anything between $35 and $37. And because we have 10 contracts, that would be $370 or $350 that we would get. But we're going to max it out to get as much as we can right here. So ready? All right, so you see here it says sell 10 NIO 100. It's 100 per contract. Expires on February 28th of 2020. So if NIO reaches anything $5 or more by next month, we're going to be obligated to sell them at that price. And I'm going to explain to you more in detail in just a minute. And it says at 37 cents. So that's 37 cents per share. Each contract has 100 shares. So that's $37. So we're going to be credited right now. This is how much we're going to make. $363.50 minus the fees, which is $6.50. Peanuts, like I said, nothing. You ready? Here we go. See, we get filled. Hopefully, right? We need at least maybe 2 more green candles. So right now our order is in. It's in right here. So now we gotta wait to get filled. Now if NIO starts trending back up, which is about to do right now, we need 1 more green candle. We should get filled in just a minute. Our order's still there. Remember, we're about to make $370 right now, minus the fees, of course. $6.50, which is nothing. I mean, 300 and some 70 something dollars, in a matter of 370, in a matter of minutes, just a few clicks for, hey, I'm gonna sell you my shares at $5, and for that right, I want a down payment, a premium right now. That's basically what you're doing. You're giving somebody else the right to take your shares at a specific price point. What's the bad thing about doing this? Well, the bad thing about doing this is that if you are in a contract right now, if we get filled, I want to get filled before I proceed, but I just need 1 more green bar. Hold on. Come on, NIO. If we don't get filled, that means, really nothing. We just have to lower our price on what we're asking so we can actually get filled. So let's go ahead and get filled. So we canceled that order. We're going to go ahead and get filled right now because I want to go ahead and keep talking in the video and not just hold on right there. So we're going to go ahead and sell. We're going to do 10 contracts. Let's ask for 35, okay? Just so we can get filled. So we're going to get $343 right now. There you go. We just got $343 in our account. Okay, so what happens next? So remember, we have 1,000 shares. We bought them at $3.87. So obviously we're up on it. We're up almost $300 right now just in capital gains. We just made over $300 right now by giving somebody else the right to buy them from us at $5. And was it? Yeah, we did the $5 one between now and the 28th of February. So, I mean, if you bought them for cheaper, if you bought something for cheaper and somebody else is telling you, hey, I want to buy it from you for a higher price, and if you give me that right, I'm going to give you a down payment that you can keep right now, and just give me that right to buy them from you. You're like, oh, okay, so I'm going to make some money by selling it at a higher price. And on top of that, you're going to give me some money up front. Wow, how cool is that? So that's exactly what we just did right now. Now, what is the downside of doing this? Well, the downside of doing this is that, let's say between now and next month, for some reason, NIO goes up to, let's say, $6 instead of 5, right? It goes all the way up to $6. Now, what happens is that because of this contract, you're obligated to sell them to that buyer at $5 because that's the contract. You're giving them the right to buy them from you at $5. So if NIO goes up anything above $5, you're not gonna make any more money. That's basically your limit. That's how much you can make, up to $5, per share. So you're losing on the upside. But it's not a bad thing because you're already making money. Now the other guy, the buyer, he has a break-even price because he paid you premium up front, that deposit, whatever you want to call it. He's not going to be profitable until it reaches, something above what he paid you for in premium. So even if he takes them away from you, let's say at 550, he's still not going to be profitable, even though you're going to get assigned. So you just got to look at it on your end. You're in it to make some money, right? I mean, don't get greedy. Don't say, hey, what if NIO goes up to 7, to 8, whatever. That's all speculation now. Because if you knew it was going to go up even higher, then, I mean, that's knowing the future. Of course, nobody knows the future, at least not now, right? But, that's a downside of doing covered calls. You have a limit as to how much you can make when you choose the strike price. So if I'm okay with selling them at 5, then hey, I'm making money. And on top of that, I'm getting paid some extra money to give somebody else that right. Now, what happens if NIO goes down in price? Like I said, I bought that option back for cheaper. Now, because I have over $300 that I just made right now, if NIO goes down in price, hey, I'm okay with holding the stock, first of all, because it's a stock that I was willing to hold, right? It's already in my portfolio. Why not make money while I'm holding it? So if NIO goes down in price, it doesn't mean I'm losing money because I collected that premium. So I'm protected, like over $300 in downside protection because, hey, somebody just added $300 in my account. Now what you can do is use those $300 to buy the options back at a cheaper price, or letting the option expire worthless. So what do you do then? Then again, we go back to the same thing. Rinse and repeat. You keep doing it over and over and over again. You can do this as many times as you like. Keep writing covered calls, buying the option back, letting it expire. That's a great thing about options. I mean, you have to learn options. You can make money whether your stock is not doing anything, like I said, moving down, moving up. You have to learn options. It's going to give you a whole different ball game, a lot more leverage on the stocks that you already owned. But I wanted to make this video, guys. I've made videos about this in the past, but I feel like I need to make them, simplify them in some way, so you guys can see exactly how I'm doing it. Now, I'm doing it on stocks that I'm okay with holding for the longer term if need be. And I'm doing it on wind. I'm doing it on, I'm out of AMD. I was doing it on AMD. I'm doing them Nike, Microsoft. Well, Microsoft, I'm already out. I only have like about 50 shares, but it's covered calls. It's a great strategy that you have to implement. That's all I wanted to kind of do this video and show you guys how easy it is to make some money writing covered calls. And it's a safer strategy because on your end as a seller, you already have the stock in your portfolio. The expiration date, it's mostly for the buyer because he's the one that's got to worry about, hey, the price of the stock has to move in my favor in order for me to make money. Like on our end, hey, if it expires worthless, who cares, right? We're making money. And that's basically it for this video. I just kind of wanted to simplify things in the cover call strategy. And if you guys have any questions, comments, of course, leave them down below. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next video.